Hello and welcome. This is Biedron. I'm here today with Tyler Cartner. My next question for you is about the camera department versus the sound department. Usually when I think of the camera department, you have your DP, your camera op, you have everyone in a team. Whereas sound, it's usually 1 to 2 people. So usually on set, I think that the sound is at a disadvantage because it has a very limited crew, and sometimes you can be pitted against the camera department. Obviously for a film, the sound is just as important as the picture, but it seems like it's a little bit uneven sometimes on set.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. I think in an ideal world, you work together, right? You're trying to make something.
Correct.
So, and I think the challenge as a sound mixer is to make your producer, your director, your DP feel that sound is just as important part of the equation. And so, you know, it's a push-pull. It's always a push-pull. But yeah, I think part of being a sound mixer, a good production sound mixer, is actually getting on set, getting to know people, and being able to speak up. You know, you have to, a lot of times, you know, a take is blown and the director's in love with the take. You know right away when he's like, God, that was amazing, oh my God. And yeah, and right, and you're the sound mixer and you're like, oh, there was a sound problem, you know, but you have to be willing to do that, you know, to stand up and say, this wasn't right, you know, because they don't want to ADR it. Nobody wants to, well, I hope not. I hope nobody wants to ADR. Right. Automatic dialogue replacement. That's what that
right.
stands for, so nobody wants to do that. So yeah, it's, I don't know what else to say about it.
Well, if you, in an ideal situation,
Yeah.
would you add something to your sound department? Would you like one? Just have
Oh
one
yeah,
boom
so
operator?
on a smaller production, you would have at least one other person. So
Okay.
I'd be the sound mixer. I'm actually
on the board.
Yeah, I'm actually sort of overseeing all things to do with sound. I'm choosing what microphone to use on the end of the boom. I'm choosing what lavs to place. I'm choosing how to set the gain stage. I'm choosing. I mean, yeah, I'm in charge of everything, and then there'll be typically a boom operator who also, on a smaller production, will help. You know, put lavs on people, and those are actually two very challenging roles, just as challenging as sound mixing. Really, is to know how to be a good boom operator and to actually be able to move quickly and silently and know the timing of the dialogue. If there's one boom for 2 or 3 people,
And you have to.
Yeah, you have to know that you can rotate the mic a little bit, and the mics, longer mics like a shotgun, will reject noise from the side. So if you're hearing a little bit of air conditioner hum and we couldn't turn it off or whatever, you know, if you just what they call off-axis it, like tilt so that if the sound's coming from here, it'll be rejected from the side of the microphone, whereas if the microphone's like that, it'll pick up the sound. So you can, a good boom op will finesse the mic to off-axis noisier sources and that kind of thing. And they also, microphone placement, as far as I'm making noise now, microphone placement and hiding microphones underneath noisy clothing and those kinds of things is also a very difficult job. And knowing how to do that well is you can do it for years to learn techniques to make that happen.
So just to be clear, a lavalier mic would
Yes.
be on a person.
Yes.
Correct. And a boom mic is picking up atmosphere and also picking up the dialogue off camera, usually above the actor's head.
Correct.
Okay. And the sound mixer would be the equivalent of maybe the DP for the camera department. The sound
Yes.
mixer oversees the boom op, you know, anyone who's working else with sound as well.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
So why have the boom mic and the lavalier? Why can't one source of audio pick up everything?
That's a great question, actually. Well, the lav mic, lavs are really tiny, so they have a very small diaphragm to pick up the waves, the sound waves, okay? Whereas a microphone that you would fly overhead has a much larger diaphragm, and just due to the nature of the size constraint of the diaphragm, the quality of the sound is very different. So you like to think, oh yeah, we can mix the two in post or whatever, but the overhead microphone, if you're in an ideal placement, will always sound better than this microphone. And this microphone is against your body, so it's also picking up the resonance of your chest. It adds, yeah, your heartbeats. No, absolutely. I had that before on an actress. She was very thin, and I put the mic on her, and it was just, in my ear, you know, and I was like, I had to do something different. I ended up putting it in her hair. So you have to think about those things. But yeah, so you do both because you might have rustling noise, or in a key moment, an actor might, a meat puppet might hit themselves in the chest when they say me, which is a common thing, right? So you're like, I didn't, and it's boom, I can't use that now. So I have to go to my overhead mic. I have to go to the boom mic. But I would say in an ideal world that you would use over 90% of the boom microphone in a production setting. This is backup. This is maybe the boom guy has handling noise, or there's a loud noise that comes through more on the bigger diaphragm mic than it did on the lav. So you need, you really need both.
Right. Well, thank you for your answer. I didn't realize it was so technical. I'll be right back with another question.
Okay. Thank you.